And so approximately 6 months ago, I said I was going to declutter my house. The shelves probably still look the same or even more full than they were 6 months ago. So we're back to continue the project. The goal of the project was to find about 1,000 things to get rid of without feeling like we are in lack, right? So there are lots of things that we probably have that we don't need and that we wouldn't even miss if we got rid of them. And like you'd miss it because you'd feel freer in your space. Like perfect example. So my husband bought a toy for our daughter for Christmas. It's a little car. And it's powered. It's motorized. So she begged for it. Right? And then when she got it, Christmas Day, they opened it together. She sat in it and pressed the power button and it moved off and she got scared. And so we are now in March. 3 months, 2+ months have passed and she doesn't want to get back in the car. So it's just been sitting here. It's been sitting here in our space. I mean, okay, so when it's warmer, we'll take it outside and she'll have to sit in it. Or I told her, it's either you use it or you lose it. Like, if you don't use it, I'm going to give it to another kid. And she said, okay, give it to another kid. She called my bluff. She totally called my bluff. But that's an aside to say, it's not here anymore. I moved it. I put it in her room so she can get more used to having it around. But the point is, it's not here. And it's like the space has doubled in size because just that one thing that has moved from our floor just feels like so much space has opened up. So what I'm saying is that sometimes we just need to lighten things up, get rid of some things that we don't need, and we won't miss them because we won't actually look for those things, but we will miss them in terms of we will notice how much more space we have. And I say that theoretically, but it's hard for me to put it in practice because number one, all the things that are here aren't mine. My husband My husband also likes to have his stuff around. But he's not the main, like, if there's a clutter bug, it's me. Because, like what you're looking at right now, like, over there, that's my husband's bookshelf. Some of the things on top are mine. But those are my books and stuff. And the little things that I'm hiding or putting out of my daughter's reach. In any case, we are here because I wanted to continue my project. I started it last year and I'm not starting over from zero. In my first video, I got rid of, I think, 16 things. And so we're here today for 17 and beyond. And the goal, because this is a booktube channel, even though it's also my lifestyle challenge, my lifestyle channel, I don't know. My goal is to make it bookish. So show you some things that I am getting rid of that are bookish. Like, this is a hard one for me because these are old issues of Time magazine, and every time I pick them up, I've tried this before. I've tried to get rid of them before. Every time I pick them up, I say, but we didn't really read them. But the point is that some of these are from my husband's subscription back in July 25th, 2011. And I know he's keeping some of these things because he's a social studies teacher. Okay, I guess. All right, so some of these, I guess, can't actually be discarded. Like this one has the Constitution of the United States on the front cover, and it says, "Does it still matter?" All right. Okay, you know what? So it's also really fun to go through these things because then you see things that are very different. So this is, again, from 2011, August 29, 2011. This cover, that guy right there, the blue shirt, that was Wes Moore. That was Wes Moore when he was just a young war veteran redefining leadership at home. That was what this article was about. Dale Beatty, Wes Moore, Liz McNally, John Galina, and Paul Rykoff. These are all men and women who served in Iraq and Afghanistan. And now it says they're helping to rebuild America. And you know, Wes Moore is now, what is his title? he's an elected official. I think he's the governor. Maryland, I want to say. I think so. But in any case, like, it's interesting sometimes to go back through those old editions of magazines. So man, I came here with like 50 issues of magazines that I was planning to just throw out, but I don't know. Now I don't know. Then this is from my subscription. I think I got a free subscription tied to something else, and I got maybe a year or so of Time magazines. And it just so happened that these subscriptions came in 2020. So this was January 27, 2020. This is Jared Kushner, The Family Business, The Unusual Power of Jared Kushner on the cover. And Shell's Crude Awakening. Inside, The Unusual Power of Jared Kushner. I think this would probably have been a good read if I had actually read it. There's a quote here that says, you know, they lift out these lines from the magazine, from the article. It says, Kushner sees himself as the enabler of the president's agenda. Jared Kushner, I hope you still feel like that. And then here is June 2019, when they were featuring the people who were, the presidential candidates. This was, of course, Bernie Sanders. And I think we were saving them at that point. We were saving them because I was saving them to see, you know, who would win. So these were the candidates, right? So Donald Trump, because, you know, at the time he was would he have been called incumbent? Yeah, right? Because he was trying to get a second term. And then Pete Buttigieg and his husband. And of course, Elizabeth Warren. Joe Biden. This was his cover was April 2019, and of course, you know, he eventually won the presidency and is now the president. Then this is from May 2019, the 100 most influential people, Time magazine put Nancy Pelosi on the cover, and I think there are alternate covers with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Taylor Swift and Gayle King and Sandra. Oh, I like this. So, okay, this may be an epic fail because I was supposed to be decluttering these. I don't know. Here's Colson Whitehead. I like him. When I lived in Harlem, I'm pretty sure he walked on my block one day and I said hi to him and I thought he was someone else. This was a few years ago. This was back when I lived in Harlem. I don't live there anymore. A few years later, when I read Harlem Shuffle, Colson Whitehead's novel that he released 2 years ago, Harlem Shuffle, made me think that he was in Harlem back then, maybe doing a little research on my block, because the block that I lived on was mentioned in his book, Harlem Shuffle. Little story time. But yeah, Colson Whitehead now lives in Sag Harbor, in Long Island. So, I don't know why I'm telling you all of this. Bottom line is, I had about 50 editions of Time magazine that I was planning to declutter to boost up my numbers in my... Oh, this was when they won. This was when Kamala and Joe Biden won the presidency. That was November 23, 2020. And this was... You know, there's a lot of history in this picture. Just thinking about who we are, my husband and I, and our abject affinity for things, makes me know I'm not getting rid of these. I'm probably just going to have to find another place to house them. Or in any case, I just maybe have to go through, and all of these can't get decluttered because they're not clutter. Technically, they're not clutter. They probably weren't in the right space, and we just have to find a proper home for them. So I was gonna declutter, man. I had like 50 things right here. We're gonna get up to like 70. Like, really easily, but that didn't happen. So what I will declutter instead are 3 sticker books for my daughter. She loves these books. Like the first time I bought her this one. I think this is the first one that she got. And she loved it. She loved it. Like, she loved it. She put all the stickers on. She learned how to identify some of these words. Like, she learned how to identify the word hands and head. And she found the labels, as well as where there are gray silhouettes. There are actual pictures, full color stickers that go on top. So she learned how to, like, her hand-eye coordination, like, really improved with these sticker books, because she was able to put the stickers, like, right on there. But then it kind of broke down, because after she put the stickers on, then she wanted to play with the book even more. And even though I think on the website, I bought this on Amazon, and I think on Amazon it says that the stickers are reusable. They're not. It's paper. So when you put the sticker onto the paper, trying to take them off kind of rips the pages. And then my daughter, she is a 3-year-old. I think she was 2. She was 2 when I got her this book, because it was in the summer last year. She turned 3 in October. So yeah, she was 2. And so her patience is not the greatest. So, and she'd pull them and they would tear. She'd rip the page. So after we used some of the labels and all of the stickers, then the book wasn't so much fun anymore. So then I bought her another one. And we went through this one. And same thing happened. We put on the stickers and put on some of the labels. And then stickers started being ripped back off. And so then pages started being ripped out of the books. So then I bought her another book. Like, this is over the course of about 8 months, right? So it's not excessive, because it's like 3 sticker books in about 8 months. But then I felt like maybe it was too much, so I didn't buy any more. And so she played with these sticker books. Like, every day she'd say, "Mommy, we're gonna play sticker book." And so she'd just get the books, and we'd go through and we'd look at the pictures, and she'd identify the animals, and yeah. But she doesn't play with them anymore. So now it's time to get rid of them. And I'm showing them to you here because this is part of the archiving process. I'm including them in a video so that when I put them in the garbage, they're not here physically, but we still have memories of them. And I think I have video of her playing with the sticker books. So yeah, I can't believe that so far I've only found 3 things to get rid of. Okay. three things. Okay, one more. This little, what do you call this? An aspirator, is it? A little bulb? I don't know what you call this. It's supposed to be able to help you to suction things. We've never been able to use these. I've gotten maybe 4 or so, because one of these came home with us from the hospital. I don't think it was this one. And we got some in some of the baby things, like baby gift bags that we'd get when she was a newborn. And we've never been able to use them. I now have a thing that can actually suck TMI the head. Like, you know, when the baby is really small and they can't, well, she still can't do it. She can't like blow her nose if she has a cold. So sometimes when she gets a little congested, we have a little thing called a nose Frida, and you can pull on it, like suck on the, it has a long tube, and you can suck the tube and pull the mucus out if you need to. And there's a thing that blocks it, so while you're pulling, it allows you to create some kind of a suction, a vacuum, but it doesn't transfer any of that, like as a backwash to the person who's doing the suctioning. So it's great. She doesn't want me to use it on her, but it's great. So okay, so right now in this video I found 4 things to get rid of. 4 things. This is an epic fail. I'm supposed to be getting rid of 1,000 things. Second video in and I'm only at 20. But better 20 than 0, right? And so then I'll insert some footage of some other things that we're getting rid of that are not bookish. Not bookish at all. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I promise I'm going to find some more things come on here with a better video next time. So thank you so much for watching, and until then, until we come back for another video, happy reading, happy decluttering if you're decluttering as well. Let me know how it's going. Hope it's going better for you than for me.